Quick market update for today, Sunday, the 17th. So as you guys probably know, this week is going to be earnings for many different companies. We have earnings from Bank of America. A lot of the banks are going to be actually reporting their earnings for this quarter. We're gonna be having earnings from American Express. Many companies. Also, we're gonna have earnings from American Airlines actually. So in United Airlines, a lot of the airlines on Thursday, on Wednesday, we're gonna be having um, earnings on Friday, Thursday, and Friday also. So that's going to be important because depending on how these companies report, the markets are going to react, right? It's inevitable that if we get a positive report from all of them, positive earnings, then the markets are going to be very positive, very bullish about that. But if they are not, then the markets are going to react in a very negative way. We have Twitter also reporting earnings on Friday. So that's going to be a good one with all this craziness going on with Elon Musk. Okay. So be aware of that. This week is going to be earnings again. A lot of the major companies are going to be reporting starting since today. A lot of them have already been reporting, but all week we're going to be having reporting. A couple of the things we have to look at is one, you guys know that interest rates are inevitably going to go up. That's the way that we can combat inflation. As you know, we got the CPI data last week on Wednesday saying that we've had the highest inflation in about 40 years of 9.1%. And we're looking at where's the Fed's going to do. So that's going to be for not for this week, but for the following week, we're going to be getting that data of what are we going to be receiving as an interest rate. The market is pricing about 0.75%. So 71% of the people are expecting that we're going to be getting 0.75%. Others actually expect that we may get about 1%, which is unlikely. Now, in my opinion, regardless of what percent we get, like for instance, if we get 0.75%, markets are already pricing that into the market, we're gonna get a rally. But if we get a 1% increase, we're still probably going to get a rally. That's my opinion. Why? Because the Feds are finally doing something about it. The Feds are finally doing something about it. All right. So I think that the 0.25% that we got in March was a teaser, and that the Fed should have been a little bit more aggressive. But that's just my opinion, right? No financial advice. What do I know? I'm just an architect, right? So, but the markets are pricing in that, and as you can see, the data that we got shows that we have had the highest inflation data ever in the last 40 years, right? So we're gonna be getting a response to that when the Feds meet next on July 27th actually, so at 6:30 p.m. So we're gonna be getting that decision, right? So between the 27th is going to be, everybody's gonna be watching Jerome Powell talking about inflation. Everybody's going to be paying attention to that. But what happened today? So today the markets have been doing pretty well. In fact, Bitcoin has been about 0.64% up in the last hour. It is down in the last 24 hours, but we had a little bit of a rally, right? We were well above 20,000, 21,000 and some change. And it looked like we were going to be getting 22,000 actually, but that didn't happen. So now we have a little bit of retracement. All right. So this is, by the way, a lot of you probably like don't know much about coins, don't know much about all these tools. What I'm watching right now, what I'm looking at right here is Coin Market Cap. Is actually is probably the most comprehensive place where you get information about all of the coins, right? The top 100 or all of the coins that are out there, publicly listed like this. So that's anybody can have access to that. You can create a login for it. You don't necessarily need one, but here you can actually generate different watch lists. I'm not logged into this platform right now. I have it on my phone, but I don't have it here. And you can generate a watch list of all your coins, all the things that you want to be looking at. And I'm giving you that information because I assume a lot of the people that come to my channel, all my friends and family and all the people that are supporting the channel, are just like me, who didn't know anything at all about this not too long ago. So I want to make sure that you get a little bit of information, you get knowledge as to how these things work, right? And little by little, I'm gonna be adding more and more to it. So expect that I will become more educational, right? And more like as a mentor and a friend, right? Not necessarily, I'm not like the number one, right? I'm not trying to be the number one in the channels. I'm trying to give you what I look at, what I'm doing, the things I'm doing, no financial advice, and hopefully get you to a point where you can understand the charts, understand the coins, understand what is all this, right? Like this is all new to you probably. So now with that said, I'm going to jump into TradingView, which is the platform I use to look at the charts. And I have been generating videos about different charts and what they mean. So this right here is a Japanese candlestick chart, and I am looking at the 45-minute time frame. And I have my watch list on the right. You can create a watch list on TradingView, and I have Celsius here. Just so you know, my watch list right here, it has all the coins I like, and some of the coins I don't necessarily like, but I think that they have some, I guess they provide feedback into what the market may be doing or what the market is about to do. I have a video that I'm going to be uploading soon where I talk about the different moving averages and what they mean. So right now you probably remember that we had the CPI data, and we had a flash crash as soon as the data came through. But ever since that, we've been generating a list of higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Now we just enter another period of sort of consolidation. So we found very, very strong resistance right here for Celsius, and I will keep talking like this until you understand that. Honestly, you will be understanding this more and more the more I talk about it. So looking at the coins in the last 45 minutes, Matic still up 2.22%. Staked Ethereum's been forming a series of higher high and higher lows. Yep. So, and again, I keep explaining these things. They will eventually make sense to you. That's my goal. I hope all of this makes sense to you eventually. So again, we had the flash crash all the way back when the data came through, and we began forming a series of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then here we form a lower low, but it was bought up, so it was confirmation that this was bullish, and that's on the 45-minute chart. What it means is that every one of these candles are 45 minutes of price action, and if it's green, it means that the bulls won on that round. If it's red, it means that more sell pressure or bearish pressure was being formed. And again, little by little, all of this is gonna become very clear to you. I have the stochastics here, which is showing momentum. One thing that I want you to also be aware of is that the bottom of the stochastic right here shows oversold, and the top shows overbought. Typically what happens is that when it's oversold is typically a good time to buy. When it's overbought, it's typically a good time to sell. Now you have to look at it in different ways, in different time frames, so I'm not trying to tell you when to buy and where to sell yet. I will probably eventually give you my way of knowing when to buy and when to sell, but this is that. And again, just quickly just educating you, showing you the things I'm looking at. Solana is one of my favorite coins, and as you can see, I have already put a bunch of lines in here. All of these lines is what I consider support and resistance. Right now we have resistance at about $45 for Solana, and we've been consolidating on this right here, which is between 38.40 and 39.65. Ideally, I like that we're holding it as support, and if you can see right here, support means that it's become like a floor, and it tried to hit it, and it formed a double bottom on the 45-minute chart. So I like that. And now what we need to look for is some bullish price action that will put us above the 39, and if we can get to the 39 and hold it as support, that will be very, very bullish and very positive for the market. So let me take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is been also forming a series of higher high and higher lows. And now it's consolidating on this 1300 sort of a channel, which again is very positive for me. I believe that's all bullish right there, right? Because if you're supporting that and you're staying that way, it's creating that sort of consolidation, that sort of like, it's not retracing too much, it's just creating that support there, right? So we have Shiba here. All of the coins overall have been performing pretty well. ever since the flash crash that we had all the way back on Wednesday, right? So things are looking pretty good overall on the market. Lumens is doing pretty well too. It hit a little bit of a resistance level right there at about 11 cents, and it went back down to 10 cents and 10 cents 60 or so, but it's again forming that channel right here. Bitcoin Cash forming a series of higher high and higher lows. It did go down a little bit. I will explain more of what's happening here too, and I want you to just remember the word divergence, bullish divergence and bearish divergence, and then I will explain it later, I promise. If I don't explain it later, remind me and I will comment on the sections below. Again, Zcash is maintaining itself above $57, which is very positive. Litecoin is maintaining itself above 54, which was a support and resistance level that I have marked before. Bitcoin again forming a series of higher high and higher lows, higher high, and then found a very strong resistance at about 21,600. We do have another wall right there, or another resistance at about 21,800. But if we maintain ourselves above 21,000, that's very positive. And then we have HNT, just sideways right now. Dogecoin is slightly sideways, actually hasn't gone up that much. ADA has been having major resistance at about 45 cents and 46 cents actually too. Ethereum Classic actually had a major breakthrough. I mean, look at this. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. What does this mean for Ethereum Classic? It really just means that it is on a bullish, short-term bullish, at least for now, is short-term bullish momentum. It's on a rally. What's causing it? I was speculating earlier about what's causing it. Number one, I think that the merge happening with Ethereum, the regular Ethereum, and it will probably cause a lot of bullish momentum for Ethereum Classic, because Ethereum Classic is the regional Ethereum that still is proof of work. And I think a lot of the miners are going to be transitioning to Ethereum Classic, which is going to be very bullish. Having a network very well secured by miners is positive for proof of work consensus algorithm. So we have DOT, UST. In my opinion, is just a reminder of all the craziness that happened to Terra, right? So, but just so you know, this is slightly, this is a little bit of a bearish, bullish divergence. So we form a low here, but we're actually forming a higher on the stochastics. What it means is that it's when the price action and the momentum don't agree with each other, there is what is called a divergence. And if, for instance, the stochastics right now is pointing up, but the price action is actually pointing down, it means that there is a bullish hidden divergence. It means that the momentum is still very strong, but the price hasn't been reflecting it. So there may be a short-term rally in play, okay? And when that happens, it also starts showing a little, I would say, a reversal in whichever direction the divergence happens to be. And yeah, overall, this is what's going on in the markets. I hope you guys like this. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to do a lot of educational content, as I said. And thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like, share, and we'll see you next time on another update soon. Bye.